Last time on the Leverage Lounge podcast.
Let's start from the beginning. Your journey from academia into real estate. Chris, your background is really unique. You have a PhD in African studies. You are a former professor and now a real estate investor and a fund manager. So how has your academic rigor influenced how you build investment systems at scale?
Yeah. So one of the things that you learn in academia is to do your research. So you research, and what you do is you research best practices. So what I do is I will research people who are doing what I want to do and look at how did they do it, and then just not reinvent the wheel. So it's okay. You see other people doing this, they're building this, they're charging this amount, whatever, just get all the numbers together and then be able to do that. The thing about academia and about being a professor is that in order to be a professor, you have to be seen as an expert. You have to be seen as one of the smartest people in the world in what you do. The same thing applies to the investment world. In order for someone to want to invest with you or trust you with their capital, you need to display competence. You need to display the fact that you know what you're talking about and you're one of the best in the world, the best in your city, whatever area at what you're doing. So it's literally the same skill set. So in academia, we do a lot of research, we read papers, we read books, we go to conferences, same thing. So with real estate, you read case studies, you go to conferences, you network with other builders, you do a lot of other things, but you basically do your research and you build a network of experts around you. And then eventually you become that expert because you get experience. That's what makes it work. Now, the good thing is about real estate development is that there's such a shortage of housing in America right now. I think we're short 12 to 13 million units that are needed across the country, that there's really unlimited amounts of homes that you can build. I mean, none can build that many homes. It's going to be a big process.
At Smart Capital, your mission is to help first-time investors scale portfolios that create generational wealth. So what's the leverage mindset that you teach most beginners that they tend to overlook?
So the biggest thing people have to understand is that you have to invest, but you have to invest with people who know what they're doing. A lot of people's biggest mistake is that they invest with people who don't know what they're doing and don't have the experience and have not done what they propose to do. And that's a big mistake because absolutely you're gambling. You're gambling with them and you're gambling with your own funds. So what you want to do is you want to invest people who are more experienced. Now, people who are more experienced typically are going to offer a little bit lower rate of return to people who are less experienced. You're not going to double your money, triple your money, all those types of things. You're going to get between a 10, 12, 15% return on your money, somewhere in that range, right? Usually anywhere from 8 to 12% is standard. Anytime you get outside of people promising more than that type of return, you should know that there's some risk involved and there's a risk that you might lose everything. Now, there's always a risk that you can lose anything on everything on any investment. The higher the promised return, the higher the likelihood of a default is. And that goes across the board with all investments. So understanding that when you first get started, you want to invest in things that are safe so you can get that momentum going. And then from there, you can scale. And then as you get more experience and gain more capital, then you can put smaller portions of your money into riskier investments. A lot of times we hear about like celebrities or other people. Oh, LeBron James invested $4 million into Under Armour or something like that. But what people don't understand is that $4 million to LeBron James is like $400 to us. That is a very, very small percentage of his net worth at that time. This is basically, long story short, understanding your investment capital and then how to allocate your investment capital according to risk and return ratio is something that a lot of people don't think about. They just want to go all in on one thing, all in on this thing, all in on that thing. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you want to analyze the risk profile of each investment that you're in, and the higher the risk profile, the smaller percentage of your net worth or net investable income should be in that asset class.
So what systems allow you to juggle all those roles while keeping each machine running coherently?
You have to specialize in what you do best. So if you're in real estate development, there's many components of real estate development. You have, plans, permitting, land acquisition, the financing, the construction component of it, the sales component of it. If you're renting them out, the rental component of it, the management of the property, the maintenance of the property. There's so many different things. So what you have to say is, what do I do the best? Let me say that. And then find people in those other categories that you can trust.
Be sure to catch the Leverage Lounge podcast live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern on YouTube.